and only Lutofio.
The one true king is back. What's up, late entry family?
Um, it's been quite some time, dog. It's good to see your face on here again. We also
Appreciate it.
have
Good to be back.
we've got Kyle away watching the Pistons. Did they win? Do we know?
I can check real quick. I think they did though. They were dominating pretty much most of the day.
I know that they were winning the last time that we checked. I thought. But filling in for him, we have second week in a row. We got Jared back,
What up, y'all? Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
of
They're
course.
currently up 111 to 107.
How much
I
time is
think. Let me
left?
check that again. 124 to 116. That was the final. There we
Oh,
go.
so okay.
Oh, bet.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Pistons won. Nice.
Um, Beautiful. So we may hear from Kyle later on. We'll see. We'll see if he makes it in time. But yeah, we've got he's usually the questions of the week master. So with him gone, I got something I cooked up for us that we will visit later. Uh, Going to obviously do all due disrespect. Uh, and then Toph has a nice idea for basically some a spin on some guys talking about guys as it relates to sports. Pause. Uh, but before we get into that, I'm going to talk about a little
Oh
bit of
boy.
basketball controversy. And basically, there has been a lot of focus from Adam Silver on trying to stop tanking. And Toph is going to kind of tell us about some of those ideas, and then we're going to talk about them.
Yeah, so I feel like tanking is something that the whole basketball world talks about. There's a lot of different opinions on tanking. Me personally, I do feel like tanking or purposely trying to get the best possible draft pick. It's something that sadly has to happen, just because you got little market cities, like poor Utah out there. They're not gonna have the same pool as like the Lakers, the Bulls, New York, Miami, those places that, if I got a choice to go, why would I pick Utah over like LA? It's always sunny and they're just good weather. So like I said, I do understand the concept of tanking. I'm not someone that bashes it, but I think, the big pull is, they want to see competitive basketball from all teams in there, which is totally understandable. So Adam Silver has a couple of scenarios that kind of come back to tank and kind of go over with it with you guys here, and then I'll kind of go get over your guys' thoughts, see what you guys are thinking about it. So the very first one, first round draft picks can be protected only for top four or the top 14 plus selections. You guys like understand like how like on lottery picks and all that stuff works, or just like
Hmm.
protecting picks in general.
Uh, I somewhat, not fully.
Okay.
You can give us a little explanation for it.
Yeah, so like I said, you've probably seen, or heard about it through the grapevine, transaction wires, where like some team like has their, first round pick, protected or something like that. It all depends on, whoever you traded that pick to, like what their record ends up being. Is it going to be lottery protected? Is it unprotected in there? So it's a little bit, kind of wonky how it works in there, where you see someone like OKC, who in that big heist that they had, basically trading away Paul George. They got a bunch of draft picks in there. They're already winning the championship, and they're like, I just team need 8 first round picks when they're already this good in there. So it's kind of like a way to entice like your pick being a bit more valuable if you're able to protect it. Because if something falls in like the description, that pick can no longer be protected. So what was once valuable maybe not be as much anymore, depending on who ended up making that trade, what their record ended up being in there. So it gets a little bit confusing at first, like how it all works. Um,
So what?
doesn't really,
Just to clarify for the audience and everything,
yeah.
what does it mean if it is protected?
Protected just means like if you're like a lot of protected. Let's say, let me give an example. The Warriors, traded like a lot of protected pick in there. Um, as long as they still fall, in the lines of I have that, lottery protected, draft pick selection, I still get that pick. If we don't end up in the lottery, then it's no longer protected. Get what I'm saying?
Mm,
So it
okay.
all just depends on the record in there. So that way you can't just like fleece a whole bunch of trades like the Lakers. Just be like, obviously we're never gonna be in the lottery. Let me see if I could finesse my way to like, getting, in the lottery. Basically like the
Okay.
first overall pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so basically
Okay.
they're trying to find a way to have either option in there. Basically this thing is first round picks gonna be protected only for the top four, so that's just 1 through 4, or top 14 plus selections in there. So like I said, it's kind of like base is kind of getting rid of the whole a lot of protected part in there. Space is going to be like the top four in there. That's not my favorite, so now I think it's a bit confusing. I think it could be done a lot better. Next one, lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date. So basically, once a trade line happens in there, um, like I said, if you're like the worst team in the league, you're stuck at that odds in there. So if you end up, which is kind of crazy, if you just completely flip the script and now you're in the playoffs, those odds got froze at the deadline, so it can no longer change. You understand that part there?
Yeah, as it pertains
So
to like how
yeah, so
many
basically,
balls they get in the lottery, right?
yeah, so it's
Mhm.
basically kind of entices you to, as soon as the season starts, if you just want to be, completely awful, there you go. So once the deadline is over, whatever your odds are at that time, that's what it is. Now you can flip the script, play all your best players, try to make a run for it, which is really weird. I think that's kind of a dumb one. Next one. No longer allowing a team to pick in the top four in consecutive years and slash or after consecutive bottom three finishes. So the biggest one that comes example for me are the Cavaliers. When LeBron left, you were able to get Kyrie Irving, Tristan Thompson, Anthony Bennett, Andrew Wiggins, all in consecutive years. I think Kyrie was the first overall pick. Anthony Bennett, I think first overall pick. I think Tristan Thompson was like the third or the fourth pick. Then Wiggins, of course, the first one as well too. They're basically trying to like really stop the hard tanking for like 4 years. That kind of stockpile, like the best possible picks there. Which out of all scenarios so far, I think that's my favorite one. Next one, which is I feel like really targeted. Teams can't pick in the top four the year after making the conference finals. Which I feel like that was kind of targeted to the Pacers on this one. Because they just had like a lottery pick with like the Bennett Mathurin and all those guys. And all of a sudden, they end up making like a conference championship game. Um, I'm not sure what the whole idea for that one is, but okay, Adam Silver. Lottery odds allocated based on 2 year records. So, like I said, basically, it's not like what you did this year. 2 years combined. If you got the worst record, you will have the best percentage to get the best pick. But history shows just because you came in last does not mean that you're always going to get that first overall pick. Lottery extended to include all playing teams. So this is entices teams to if I correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure the plans like what the top 10 teams, 1 through 10. I think 11, 12 just get out. So that way, like I said, if you're that middle of the pack team who's like, I can't make it in like, let's say the top four, at least I'm, being rewarded for trying to compete, good to put a good product out there on the floor, even if I can crack like the top 8 in there. So at least they get some kind of chance to at least eventually kind of build their team up to kind of get them over the hump. Last one, flatten odds for all lottery teams. So basically that just means everybody gets the same shot.
Everyone gets one little ball inside the thing.
Yep.
Not multiple. Yeah.
I think it's kind of crazy.
There was one more too, right? Aren't they talking about there's people that
30-year
are
one?
calling for the cancellation of the draft, right? And just
I've heard
being
that as
free
well
agency.
too. Yep, I heard
Yeah.
that one. I don't know too much about that, but I did hear in a podcast somebody talk about that one.
I
See,
think
but
it's
then I
basically
feel
just that-
like yeah. Go ahead.
it's just the idea from my very small understanding of it is basically that like you would come out of college basically as a free agent and teams can just, submit their bid to you and then you can kind of pick where you want to go. So you can come straight out of college and say, for example, using the NFL, if you were who was the quarterback that went back to college?
Oh, Trinidad Chambers.
Yeah. So if you were him and you're like, I don't want to be a Jet, I don't have to go back to college to get away from it. I can just say, nope, I'm going to go be a backup in Kansas City or whatever I want to do. That's kind of the idea behind it.
See, but the problem with that is, once again, why would I choose a small market team?
Right. Why would I want to go play in Portland instead of going to play in New York?
Yeah, like Darren Peterson, who everybody, is criticizing for just like, leaving games talent-wise. He's probably the best player in this draft. But like I said, if you let's just say the Lakers win, you know, now if Lakers got the money, they can offer Darren Peterson. He's like, why would I want to play on a bad team? You got LeBron coming out. I got Luca there. I got good weather. Why would I choose these bad teams? You know what I mean? So it's kind
You
of like,
probably, if you were to do that, you probably wouldn't have like a rookie minimum or maximum anymore.
yeah,
It'd probably be like Portland could come to you and say, "We're going to give you 30% of our cap. Come play for us." Whereas a team that's making a run, trying to hold everyone together, like the Celtics last year, they wouldn't be able to offer you very much. They're offering
yeah,
you a chance to win a chip.
they're not getting a vet minimum, but they couldn't get like a max
Yeah.
contract. But they'd
Yeah.
get a decent amount of money. But yeah, I just feel like again, the bad teams would still be bad if you were to do that.
So I guess Toph, I want you to kind of give us your either if you think any of these are a good idea, which one is your favorite one, and then Starley, I want you to let us know what you think about it afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Yeah,
said, the
for sure.
bottom line is just the NBA is tired of seeing bad bad product out there. You got I don't know those you might have had a time where you want to see LeBron play. The man ended up not playing. You bought the tickets, not your fault. Right before tip off, he's like hamstring's not feeling good. I'm not playing anymore. So
Yeah.
like I said, the teams just want to give the fans the best product available. You got teams out there. We've had John Wall. He got traded. The team just said you could just stay home. We'll pay you. We don't even want you to step on the court just because you might mess around and start winning some games, but we don't want to. So it's the fact that teams are deliberately just saying I don't want to play my best people just because I want to get the best possible draft pick in there. So it's really all just trying to put the best product out there on the court. Me personally, this is really drastic, but I've thought about it quite a bit. I think it's the one where every team has a chance to get the first overall pick, but you can't get it back to back years. So it's really a 30-year span, or if we expand to 31, 32 teams, you cannot get that first overall pick until every other team gets the first overall pick. I think it's super drastic, but then think about it trade wise. If let's just say OKC, they get the first pick. They don't need that first round pick. Now they're able to leverage that to a trade to acquire more assets. I think it's the most drastic, but I think it'd be the most interesting concept. So that would be my vote.
I can get
Starley,
behind on that one. The other one, I think it was the third one you mentioned, where they can't get the first pick. I think it was like 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row, something
I
like
think it's the
that.
fourth one, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. That one where a team can tank if they want to, like as you mentioned, like the franchise is a dumpster fire. You got no hope of competing at that point. Halfway through the season, you're like, you know what, dude, I get it. But that does prevent teams still from basically doing that multiple years in a row for a rebuild. Like they don't have the ability to tank, get that first round pick, tank, get the first round pick. But it does kind of maybe secure some earlier draft picks, like for them possibly without having to give up too much. I don't know. At the end of the day, I like your idea too, or your agreement of every team having to basically wait your turn almost, but like where you're at in that turn order is how you have to determine it based on your record.
Man, so I have a super different opinion about this than I think most people do. And that is I have never a single day in my life cared about a team tanking. I want teams to tank. We talk about seeing a bad product. You know what I think is worse than seeing a team tank for one season? A team be stuck in mediocrity for 10 seasons.
Yep.
That's bad. That's a bad product to me. Is not one bad season to get a good player. It's every year that this team right here is going to win, 40 games, miss the playoffs, and not have any hope of ever getting out of that. That to me is a bad product. I've never a day in my life been upset at a team trying to get better and knowing the only way we can do that is going to be to lose some games. That's where I'm at. So for me, if we go back to, do you remember when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors? And
Yeah.
it was like while he was there for like a 3 or 4 year stretch, no matter what happened in the regular season, no matter what LeBron was doing in Cleveland, no matter what Boston was doing or anyone else was doing in the West, we knew what time it was. The Warriors were going to come out there, dust everybody they play, and have this thing wrapped up before 7 games. That to me is a bad product. And so the league is better when you have parity. How do you have parity? by dispersing the talent amongst everybody. So all these situations that kind of result in a team that's already good getting a great player added to them, that does nothing for me other than make it closer to those Warrior days. So I think we should encourage tanking. If you bad, come up here. I think it should be like football. I not even having the little balls and everything. If you're a bad team, you're the worst team in the league, come get your best player. And you're always going to have poverty franchises in every league. You know what I mean? The Jazz haven't been relevant in years. The Tim or the Trailblazers have had a few relevant years, but relatively nothing in recent memory where they really had a super chance. You see teams that have kind of like the Magic used to be good a while back. They're kind of good now with some of the players they have, but I think that what you it's in football, obviously, you see it a lot more. Like the Browns are consistently terrible every single year. And we've talked before about how poverty franchises will continue to make poverty moves. Front offices and owners that don't know how to handle things. The Dallas Mavericks blowing up the stuff with Luca for no reason. Bad teams are going to bad team. And the only thing that can overcome those bad teams doing these dumb decisions is accidentally having a LeBron James fall in your lap, accidentally having a Dame Lillard wind up in Portland and stay there for 18 years. And the only way to get that realistically is probably going to be tanking. You know what I mean? Philadelphia went through the whole stuff with the process, wound up with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, which obviously Ben Simmons was Ben Simmons, but they got Joel Embiid out of it. And he's hurt a third of the season, and sometimes that third of the season is the playoffs. But the league is better when you disperse the talent out amongst everybody. And if you're not a front office who's going to be able to make trades to get those players, sometimes you just got to find $1 on the ground and pick it up. And that's what tanking allows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do either
That's
of
fair.
you disagree with that? Because
No.
like I said, I know that I'm very, very much in the minority with this opinion.
No, I'm with you on that because, like I'm saying, the small market teams will never have a chance to compete with the big markets and free agency. There are teams that really have to build their teams, through the draft. You mentioned Utah in there. Utah got lucky when they, I want to say lucky, but they did good. Well, and by the way, talent. They got Gordon Hayward, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. That small market team. They would have been able that good if they didn't draft well in the draft, which you had to, unfortunately lose some games, get a lot of picks and be able to form your team in there. So, like I said, I think it's just the fact when teams just, they got all these, first round picks and still just nothing is coming to fruition. I think that's where the problem really is.
Yeah. Hey, Schumer said communist
Shut up.
take. um, the other thing that I want to add on to this real fast before we kind of wrap this segment up is just the fact that it it's not even from my understanding of this is not even really a fact that like we're getting any real reason of like the product of basketball either trying to all of a sudden implement these changes. It's the fact that the betting people are getting pissed off about it. Adam Silver
Yeah.
even talked about that. Like when you've got, a bet on a player and then find out that he's not going to play because they're trying to lose, or that, you think that their best player is going to go out there and play, a whole game and he plays a half and then they bench him so that we can lose the game. And then the bettors are like, well, I had the over. If betting is out here running the way that we draft in a league, that's a good
Hmm.
way for the end to be in sight soon. If you consistently, now I'm not saying like I've used betting before to talk about how the NFL needs to get these calls right because when everyone knows it's a first down or a catch or whatever, and that screws a better over, that's one thing. But to say that hey, we're betting the overs on these players, so that needs to change how your organization runs, we're focusing on the wrong stuff here.
Yeah.
Uh any final thoughts from either of y'all before we hop into this draft?
Nope.
Talking about tanking and draft picks. Let's get into it. So I'm excited for this. So Toph hit us with the idea basically of, well, I'll let you explain it, Toph. It's your game.
Yeah. It's like I said, just kind of, getting into, the draft season. You got mock drafts all over ESPN, CBS. We got the combine starting tomorrow. Basketball talk going on. We're kind of got me in that draft mood. So I've always kind of thought about, the what if scenarios. Um, what could have happened if, a certain player, didn't get injured, or somebody that was maybe just like super hyped up, that generational can't miss prospect. I feel like we hear it every single year now, and they just end up flopping, not coming to the hype that we kind of thought. So basically, we're gonna do a little snake style draft, just the three of us here. So we're all gonna kind of get our top five. This does not have to be all football. This has to be basketball. Any sports. We're basically trying to create the best what if starting five. So like I said, we're gonna leave it up to the chat, a live chat. We're probably gonna post on TikTok as well too to kind of figure out who's got the best team in there. So that's basically how it's gonna run down there. Starly, those you guys got any questions?
No, I'm excited. You said you've
Nope.
got a little number generator for us to get our draft picks.
Yeah, let me go to my second screen here.
We're gonna see. Do we get different numbers of little golf balls to go in it?
Nope, it's just the good old wheel of names. I'm sure we've all done this
All
one
right.
before here. So with the first pick,
Having flashbacks to high school.
hey, man, you can never go wrong with this.
Oh
Ooh.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, Dose with the first overall pick. Congratulations. Now, if you want to trade
Thank
that to
you.
your boy, you're more than welcome to. Then with our second pick, dang, I don't really want the second pick.
You got number 2.
Dang, I'm stuck in the middle now. All right. And then Starly, you do have the back-to-back picks there.
Damn.
All right.
All
There's our
right.
order.
Well, there's some real obvious ones here.
I might need
But-
to, take some notes. Make sure I don't
I'm not
take
going
some of the you pick.
to. I'm not going to take some of the. There's really one big basketball obvious one, but I'm not going to pick that one. I'm gonna go with the guy. This is a crazy number 1 pick, and y'all gonna think I'm wilding for this one.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with the guy that I bring up all the time talking about what ifs. What if Eddie Lacy put the fork down? That's the one I was telling when I texted you, Toph, and I was like, hey, G.
It's funny
You know
because
what
his
one's
name
gonna
crossed
be?
my head. I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, nah, I can't be Eddie Lacy. I mean, like Lacy was cool, but he was never like a world beater. So I'm just like,
Hey,
nah,
he was doing
he was
good.
not thinking of Lacy.
The man
That
was the
is
size of a
hilarious.
lineman playing running back, dog. Imagine, and he was doing decently well when he was on the field.
Yeah.
The
No,
man
I
just could
mean-
not get underweight.
I mean,
Imagine
Lacy
if he could put
ran.
the fork down. He was with the Packers, with the Seahawks. Like, imagine what that could have done.
I mean, Lacy ran all over Notre Dame in that championship game. It's really kind of set him up for the NFL draft. I mean, he definitely had some, I think it was him and James Starks, I think. Sure, the same
Yeah.
backfield. If I remember
Yeah,
something right. I mean, no,
James
Lacy,
Starks'
he was
name I haven't
toting
heard in a
that
long
thing.
time.
I'm not trying to disrespect Lacy, but the first overall pick was kind of crazy. I just wasn't
had to-
expecting that one.
Hey,
See, I
look,
feel like
man,
you could
when
have got Lacy later. Hey, this is your draft style. Let me
when
know.
you see your man is still on the board, you gotta go get your guy.
You right.
Eddie Lacy down 70 pounds. That's gonna be might be a Hall of Fame running back, dog.
You right. We'll never know. Well, I'm not
Because
gonna
if I
waste
saw
no
that man
time.
coming at me and turn
He
around.
already hinted at his name. With my first pick, we got to go down to Chicago. Give me Derrick Rose.
That's the most
yeah.
obvious. I think.
With your first
Yeah.
pick, you got to get your franchise piece. This is what we're building the team around. So give me Derrick Rose. Now they gonna think, settle about it, turn the card in right now.
I mean, I think that he is literally like the poster child for what ifs based off of injuries across all sports.
There's a couple
least
other
in-
names, but yeah, I mean, he's one that won MVP, the youngest, and
Yep.
still got cut short. So yeah, I would agree with that. Like, there's a couple of names, but I don't think anyone bigger than him.
So, Jared, you get the first or the third pick of round 1, and then you get the first pick of round 2.
Did you guys both already say your thing right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and say the one thing I mentioned earlier would have RG3 was able to actually not die after every football game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just the amount, like, people can sit there and argue that, if he didn't have like a run heavy offense or a run heavy scheme, he wasn't good, but the man could still throw the ball. The man was like movable in the pocket. Like I think genuinely, like watching highlights of him, I was trying to come up with scenarios today. Like watching highlights of him, especially his rookie year, was like baller, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he won
Just
Rookie
to
of the
watch him.
Year, second
Yeah,
overall pick. I mean, people argue
exactly.
it was better him or Andrew Luck. I mean, he
Yeah,
was on my draft board. He was on my draft board for sure.
yeah. Sorry to take that from you. I'm sorry,
No,
but
no,
no,
no, you
just
good. I got a lot of
and then
players.
and just to kind of even like when he was in his broadcasting career to even double down on that. A lot of people did not like him for his broadcasting. I've
The
liked him
Hoagie
for a
Man.
lot of his stuff on there, dude. I've really gotten a kick out of him, even like his freelance stuff on Twitter and everything. I've always gotten a kick out of him. He's been pretty cool. So that's my number one pick.
Man, to take it
That's a
a
good
step
first
further,
pick.
because obviously he had crazy talent. But
Mhm.
let's just go into the world of the hypotheticals, right? If RG3 stays healthy, what happens to the career of Kirk Cousins?
Ooh,
There will
do
be
you think he gets shipped
no
off
Kirko
even?
Chains.
Like that
Not
might have
Kirk
literally just
Chains.
put him on
So I
Josh
think
Rosen
Kirk
territory.
Cousins was their second. He was a second round pick.
Yep.
He was the second or
And
the
he
third.
wound up consistently getting franchise tagged with Washington. Basically continued to go out there and prove himself, and then wound up parlaying that into becoming what he was in Minnesota.
Sorry
So
about the
yeah,
cat.
I mean, none of that ever happens. He might literally be, Mac Jones right now,
Yeah, that
or
too.
Josh Rosen.
Is he better than Andrew Luck? Does he win a Super Bowl? There's a lot of things.
I
Yeah.
think he would win a Super Bowl. I don't know if I'd argue if he's better than Andrew Luck, and then I hope someone mentions that sooner than later because that's going to bring up a whole other conversation as well. But if
Man,
it's
y'all
my
out here
turn
giving
again,
spoilers.
if it's my turn again, I'm actually going to pivot outside of football and then
Okay.
pivot into golf here real quick.
Oh, I gotta
What
write
if
that
Tiger
down
Woods
here.
never get in that golf accident? Yeah, what if Tiger Woods never got in that golf accident or that car accident, man?
Yeah, never the same
We can
after
talk
that.
about the scandals, whatever, sure, that's fine, whatever. He retired for that, but man was still taken out in his prime. I mean, he would have continued to win more championship after championship after championship. And like it's already like I think I saw like something like whoever's like next in line has to now win first place in every championship until he retires to even get close to Tiger Woods' total record. Like it's absolutely insane what people would have to do to catch up at this point. Which at that point, then you talk about, as we were saying earlier, like does YouTube golf even at that point become a thing since golf is less interesting now that Tiger's gone? Like, or do we continue to watch Tiger dominate real golf? And then how does that evolve over the next 10, 15 years, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious too on and I'm not as big of a golf follower as like you and Kyle, but is there a large percentage of people that don't believe that Tiger Woods is the greatest of all time? Like how how
I
large is
don't
that?
Maybe
think so.
now, but
Maybe
like
now
around
just
that time,
because dude, no, no. And that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
mean,
if
he
he had the ability
revolutionized
to,
golf.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, even
We
now,
got the game
he's
made after him.
yeah, literally, when people talk about GOAT, you think of Tom Brady, then you think of Tiger Woods in that same category of like football, golf, like it's in that same
He would be
ballpark.
like he would be like Michael Jordan with 3 more rings. Like
Yeah.
it's just so far out
Exactly.
there that nothing's ever touching
Yeah.
this.
Tiger Woods had
No.
black people thinking they could play golf.
Come
on now.
Like
Come
his
on
son
now.
Charlie
And
is
you know
probably
what's
going to be the
crazy
next
too is like
closest thing
growing
to
up
that.
not being super involved or following any of the stuff with that, just hearing the way people talked about Tiger Woods, I thought the man really committed crimes. Like I thought he was out here doing terrible things. The man had
No, man.
hoes.
Man had hoes and like cocaine. Like
Anthony
there
Edwards
are-
got 11 baby mamas right now, and is arguably the face of the NBA.
See, but it's a
Tiger
different
Woods had
time.
hoes.
When Tiger was doing that, there was no IG. He was moving different.
Yeah.
So in today's world, that ain't nothing crazy. But back then,
That was back when
he was moving
TMZ
different.
was like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good pull.
that is. I didn't even think about Tiger Woods. Dang.
Toph, you're up.
Hey,
Your
I'm up
second
again.
pick.
Okay. Wait, who? Oh, he had RG3 and Tiger Woods. Okay. Yep. Ooh, you know what? I've been thinking about this guy. This is probably way too early, but this man had probably one of the most amazing but shortest careers. Give me Mr. Josh Gordon.
Oh man, that
Josh
was my
Gordon.
next pick.
I
That was
needed.
my next
I had
pick,
a feeling
dog.
he was about to get
Oh my
taken. I
gosh,
needed
dude.
him.
Ah,
Thank you for saying his name. I
Flash
was just having a
Gordon.
conversation with someone about him the other day, and I was like, "Who is the dude on the rant?" And then he went here, and they were like, "I don't know. I can't
I
think of
mean,
him." Dude,
there's still, that guy in New York. It was one of him too, but I'm like, Josh Gordon. During that time, he did some
mm,
things that, and like I said, we're talking about the Browns. We're talking about poverty franchises, and he had every quarterback under the sun throwing the ball. It did not matter. He was putting up 200 on everybody. So like, Josh Gordon, if he could have just, and if I didn't care about the weed, let that man get high, run his routes, who knows what kind of career he could have had. Yeah, let me get Josh Gordon, man.
man, I mean, he would have been probably like an all
Yeah,
time wide
I
receiver.
mean, you heard like Jerry Rice talk about it. Like, everybody in that time said, this guy was different. I mean, he was catching balls from your guy, RG3.
Yeah, man, and he had didn't he have the record in
Hmm.
receiving yards? Only
Yeah,
played 14 games.
yep. Like I
Jesus,
said,
He
he
was
was getting
special.
200 yards every single game. There's a
Oh
stretch. He was
man.
just going crazy.
man, just like the plant.
Okay, well, we got one guy with drugs. Let me take the other drug guy at my second number 2 pick. Excuse me. At my second pick, let me take the other drug guy. The guy who today was just going viral for talking about the fact that he was really really like that, and I think he said high school people were telling him he was going to be a basketball Hall of Famer, and he just said that he liked getting high too much. With my second pick, I'm taking Lamar Odom, who
Okay.
was on
Okay.
crack.
Booger sugar. Hey, Lamar, New York legend right there, man. He was a
The
problem.
career that he could have had if he would have been able to stay clean.
Like, drugs and Kardashians, that ain't never. Yeah, that's two things you never want to mix right there.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
And for a
Yeah,
black man, yeah, that's a triple threat. Three strikes you out right there.
it's ruined bigger stars than Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, did y'all see that Kanye was talking about how he's going to try to pass the bar before Kim?
Yeah, I didn't
No,
hear about that one.
That is an all-time petty move.
that's
Oh man,
Kanye being Kanye.
I think that he's got
true.
a ridiculous level of intellect too. So I don't put this out of the realm of possibilities.
You know,
See,
it's
like
just like Kanye said. I miss the old Kanye.
I
I
think
I
every
can't
level.
stand Kanye personally. It's just always something going on with this guy.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just make music again,
Yeah.
please, and just
See,
like
because
call it a
now
day.
all his antics. I know more about that than like his music, and it gets overshadowed.
Yeah.
And you
I
got
mean, his
people
music's been bad
glazing
for a
this guy
while.
like crazy.
Hey, yeah, what? Well,
That's what gets
that's
me.
my next. That's my next. What if? What if Kanye kept it together?
That might
Like
be, the
li-
best pick
we
you could
still need
have.
a little bit of crazy to get the masterpiece of like My
Yeah.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like,
Oh,
what if we just didn't go past that?
it's like we
You know
stopped
what I mean?
there. Like we just
Yeah. Okay, so then I get the first pick around 3. Um damn, let me get I got it. Okay. All right. No what? I can't believe you guys didn't take him. Let me grab what if Andrew Luck had productive offensive linemen?
see that
Like
was gonna be my
Yeah.
next one down there, you bastard. All right.
Andrew Luck with the line.
That's a
Yeah, man.
that's a good one.
I would have loved to seen that. I think everyone was also blindsided by his retirement, if I remember correctly, including the staff of the Colts at the time.
Oh yeah.
So I think if there could have been some dialogue of like, hey, I know we're going into preseason, but I need you guys to like trade your ass off to get me someone that will help me not die every week. That'd be great. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I'm never gonna forget the rant that OJ Simpson went on after drafting him in fantasy football 30 minutes before he retired. I'd have been scared as hell if I was Andrew Luck too. You know what happened the last time someone pissed OJ off?
Hey, the glove didn't fit.
Hey, Shubas said, what if Kanye went to therapy?
Then maybe we wouldn't have
Oh,
gotten my
man.
beautiful dark twisted fantasy. Okay, we can't again
Yeah, like
sacrifice
that. We
can't.
needed that album, but then after that album, could have maybe got
Maybe
some help.
therapy after the album.
Yeah. We're back to you, Toph. Your round 3 pick.
There's a lot of ways I could go here. You know, you just sitting there talking about crime and all that stuff. Just brought up a guy. Do I really want to go here? I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna get a big man. We're going back to the hardwood floors. You got a guy that went to my favorite school, Ohio State. Let me get Big Greg Oden, who's considered the biggest NBA bust of all time. You know,
that is a
he
very good one.
really just all injuries for him. I mean, he was your prototype big man. You know, this is back the day when they said, if you 7 feet tall, get your ass down there on the block. Don't be shooting no threes. You know, get get them rebounds, put the ball back in there. Greg Oden, I think he has only played 105 NBA games. Basically just knee injury to knee injury. You know, like Derrick Rose, Mr. No Knees. Greg Oden is the poster child for this part in there. He was supposed to be, basically the next Shaquille O'Neal. He was the next one up in there. And unfortunately, it never panned out. You know, bounced around the league. You know, he joined the Heatles. Didn't really play it all in there. But, this is somebody that, just basically just has no knees. Still lives in Ohio as well, too. He's kind of, come to grips with, his career. Still in good spirits. But, yeah, let me get Greg Oden, man. The biggest NBA bust of all time.
That's a really good pick. You think he's the biggest of all time?
Based off of like I said, what we talk about, man, this man was on, Wheaties, like everything. He was everything. Like around that 2007, 2008, all I heard, Greg Oden, Greg Oden. I mean, he basically like a man child. He looked like he was 40 years old playing college basketball. He was him. He was the next one in there. Which he would have been, but like I said, when you just have every single knee injury under the world, like I said, wasn't off talent, just couldn't stay on the court. And like I said, I know you got Anthony Bennett. That was a weak draft class. Like, he was in a good draft class in there. He was supposed to be it. So yeah, he's considered the biggest bust.
Okay. Jared, you got the next 2 picks.
I'm out of injuries because you stole my other one. So I got I've got a what if. I was debating this with a couple of my peers today. All right, so here's my what if I got for you guys to put on the board. What if Tom Brady forwent all of his contractual obligations being inspired by Phillip Rivers, and he decided to come back in, and he signed with, ironically, like the Raiders.
His own team?
He would die.
Yep. You think he'd die? You think he'd die? You think he wouldn't be able to come back? What if he went with like the Bucks just to give them a breathing chance and relieve what's his name?
Because at that time,
injury.
Tom Brady's age, Mike Evans was basically out most of the year. No Godwin, offensive line terrible, no pass rush. He couldn't have been the Tom Brady that we know of and brought that team over the hump.
Okay, so let me open it up. Do you think they're?
Well, no, he's saying if he was to come back this season.
No, like last season. Sorry, last season.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he meant like last season.
Okay.
Yeah. The same season, like he saw Rivers come in and get signed, and he was like, "I'm gonna bring a franchise back." Who do you think he'd go with then? Anyone?
Probably the Colts.
Who would want him?
Probably the Colts. I can't see anyone else that needed a quarterback that would have been worth retiring for.
What was that? Both of you talking?
I think he would have to go to the Buccaneers because that was his last team. If he has like any kind of like left, because I think he has to go back to that team.
Well, he's saying if he could pick.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean,
outside of the Colts, I don't see who else it would have been worth unretiring for.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers already have Aaron Rodgers. That'd be a
Yeah.
huge step in the face to Rodgers.
Like, there's some
Green
teams that
Bay?
needed a quarterback, but like he's not going to unretire to
Nah,
go
he's
play
not
with the
taking on
Jets.
Jordan Love.
Yeah. Not
Nobody
Denver
wants
because
to go to the
they were
Jets.
good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wait a second.
I guess Denver at the end.
Wait, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
Denver
whoa.
at the
The
end
Vikings?
there. Yeah.
The Vikings?
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
the Vikings could have used them, especially after everyone on their roster died.
Micah Parsons might have retired him again.
Okay.
Okay. But that's my third what if scenario that I got for you guys on that one.
Okay.
Open up some dialogue there.
You got the next
the,
pick too.
the draft.
Shit. Okay, then we'll pivot back out of there. Again, not an injury. Sorry. What if Verlander never left?
Never left Detroit.
Yeah. What if he just stayed? Do you think he would have won Detroit like a
Did he
championship?
get drafted there?
I think so.
I'm not the biggest baseball, but I know
I'm
who
a new
Verlander
baseball
is.
fan.
I know that
I
he
had
spent like
nothing
a
to
good
contribute to
portion of
this.
his early career there. I'm pretty sure he got drafted
Wait,
there.
he's still playing?
Oh yeah, he signed
he
a
like
year
50?
deal. I think it was a 1-year deal with Detroit. He's back right now, which I also left a
How
note
old is
saying love that he's
Verlander?
back.
How does his arm still work?
I don't know. Didn't he have that surgery with his like last year with the Lions though, where they like basically rebuild it, and then it's like even better than before? It's a really common baseball injury that a lot of people pitchers get.
Like the
Tommy
Tommy
John?
They
John?
basically, yeah, and they basically just rebuild the elbow from the ground up, and it's
It's
even better
crazy.
than before. Ben Roethlisberger got that one.
I am a new baseball fan. I just don't
Yeah,
have
that's
I don't have too much knowledge about this, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I to be honest with you, I don't know. I think well, the Tigers have not been good up until the most recent like 2 years, to be honest with you. So, probably career wasted. He went with
Yeah.
the Astros, I think, and then won a World Series with them. So, I mean, it's kind of like a Matt Stafford situation, you know? I'm really sad that he left, but I'm happy he went and found success with another team.
Yeah.
And glad that he's back. Maybe
Um,
we'll get Stafford back.
That'd be ridiculous.
Trade him back
He's
again.
retired. He's retiring, Garan.
Toph, we're back to you, right?
Yep. There's two guys that I'm thinking of here. Do I want to be a homer or I want to be a super homer? That's really the question here. Oh man, you know what?
Do it.
All right, I got to get me a quarterback for my team here. We either got Vince Young or we got Money Manziel.
I was waiting to see if you had Manziel on yours. He's written down on my list too.
He was really low on there, but you guys started talking about quarterbacks. I had, like I said, Michael Vick. He was on the list in there. Vince Young. I had Johnny Manziel, especially with Josh Gordon. That connection again.
I was gonna say you're building the rehab center over there.
I do got the rehab center over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Johnny Manziel. We need some flash. We need some aura. We need some motion. If he did not get drafted by the Browns, if he actually wanted to play football, he said it, in this podcast, his interview with Shannon Sharp, his dream was never to play in the NFL. That was not his goal, which clearly you could tell. Like I said, if he didn't go to that poverty, franchise of the Browns, what could have been with Johnny Manziel? So I'm gonna take Johnny Football with my 4th overall pick.
Okay.
Football.
There was another quarterback I was waiting to see if you were going to take too, and you didn't. And I've got a few quarterbacks on here.
I mean, Vince Young was going to be my pick, but I pivoted.
I'm trying to figure out: do I double up at quarterback, or do I double up at running back? But I guess I'm about to get my final 2 picks, right? So,
Yep.
All right. Ah, man.
I know who my
All right.
last one is.
What? You know what my last one is?
I know who my. I know no one's taking my last one.
Oh,
this
all
is
right,
a deep
gotcha.
pull.
Damn, these are. I'm debating between 3. Let's go. Just because of how much it would have affected. What if Aaron Hernandez was never dropping bodies?
Hey, people forgot Hernandez was better than Gronk back then.
Yes, well, that's why I picked him
Yeah.
on this one,
That's
because
a good
what
one.
happens to Gronk's career if Aaron Hernandez is first?
We're not getting the Gronk that we know of today.
Yeah.
Because
Or it would be like a duo.
Gronk's got an argument
Because I mean, even
for like the greatest tight end ever, and that might have been completely hindered by
It's like
by
him,
the Aaron Hernandez.
Kelsey, Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp. That's usually what people say.
Yeah, Antonio Gates too, right?
Listen, I love Gates, but they're not picking Gates over Gonzalez and them. But I ain't mad at you for saying this name. Respect for Antonio
All
Gates.
right.
Free Gates.
But yeah, we might be Aaron Hernandez might have snatched Gronk's chain. That might be Gronk not in the conversation. Aaron Hernandez in it.
I mean, I think Gronk would still be good, but he'd be probably on another team. Or maybe it'll take him long to become the Gronk that he is if they would have, I don't know, somehow picked him over Hernandez.
Yeah, because maybe Hernandez leaves after a few years to another team too, you know.
For my last one, what if Todd Gurley's knees were made of vibranium?
You son of a biscuit.
Was that yours?
I was so excited that no one had said anything yet. I was so pumped.
Him.
Dude, that's another player I was just talking about a week ago with someone.
I think Gurley stopped playing football like age 27.
Something like that. I remember one of his last games was when he stopped like just short of the goal line and he ruined my fantasy game.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh. How did I forget this guy?
I think that's when he was playing for the Falcons though at that point. So it was definitely in the sunset of his career too.
I think the Falcons was his last year. He went back home.
I'll never forgive him ever for that. I needed 2 points, stops 1 yard short of the end zone, take a knee. Why?
He played for my team.
Why?
Yeah. I've had some brutal losses like that before. Man, yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about brutal losses. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that today.
Oh my god, dog. Toph, didn't you lose to Lex one time because of someone taking a knee?
I think I did something like that. I've definitely had some losses.
Well, they took like not even a 0.1
from a quarterback taking a knee.
Like minus 0.01, something like that.
Yeah, I've won some games. I've lost some games like that.
Oh, pain!
But yeah, Todd Gurley was one of my favorite players to watch. He was so good, and it was on such a run. And albeit he was at an older age for a running back, but he had those arthritic knees, and that it very quickly. Todd Gurley fell off a cliff that was so bad it completely deteriorated the running back market up until like this year. Like it made people not want to pay running backs for like the last 7 years, however long it's been. I mean, it's been that bad, and only Christian McCaffrey balling like he did last season, I think, is going to help.
Derrick Henry.
Yep,
and Derrick Henry helped for sure. Well. Didn't someone else get injured around the same time as him? Who was the other guy that?
I mean, him and Zeke kind of started falling off around that time.
Who took his place on the Rams after him?
Gurley.
Some dude.
I was saying Zeke started falling off around that time too.
Oh yeah, Zeke hit another crazy wall. Yep.
Yeah, but Zeke had a
revival. Who took Todd Gurley's spot?
Yeah,
was it CJ Anderson?
That guy
CJ Anderson was on that same team during that run.
They had some filling guys for a while. Yeah. Ronnie Rivers.
God, there's another dude that played and then went
in there. That's the way you said Ronnie
Rivers was there for a little bit. People thought Cam Akers was going to be
field either.
They thought that he was going to be the there for a little bit.
Injured. J.K. Dobbins can't never stay.
Oh, yep.
Well, yeah, Dobbins for him.
Okay, so that's 5 for me. Then you guys, Toph, you get your last pick, and then Jared's got his last pick.
You know, this is gonna be really sad to say. I knew no one was gonna say this person's name. This was a deep cut. I gotta go with Sean Taylor, man. You know, the man tragically died short at the apex of his career. And if you ask any safety around that time, especially Ed Reed, he said he was better than me. He said he was going to be the best safety of all time. Sadly, they came up in the man's house, robbed him, shot him. He never got to finish his career. But yeah, Sean Taylor, rest in peace, my boy, Hurricane legend. He's going to end off my top 5. Sean Taylor, man, the GOAT.
That's a good one.
Man, that's a
That's a
great
really
pick.
good one.
Yeah.
I knew Noah was going to say, he going to be my last pick.
I'm gonna wait for
Yeah.
Starley to go, then I'm gonna say one that I couldn't believe that you didn't take. But yeah, hit your
right.
last one.
All right. Yep. What if by some miracle Russell Wilson got injured in the Super Bowl, and they had to put in Tavares Jackson? They still throwing that ball, or they handed it off?
Didn't
Oh
Tavares Jackson pass away too?
wow!
What was that?
I'm pretty sure Tavares Jackson passed away as well too.
Did he really? Wow.
I think so. You said his name. I
I
said,
honestly had no idea. I guess I was just looking them up today. I should have paid attention to that. But yeah, do you think they're throwing that
oh
ball
my
right
gosh,
there
I
in the
just
red
thought of
zone?
another name too.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. That they win a Super Bowl if Russ gets hurt.
You are correct, by the way. Tavares Jackson passed
Yeah, he died
April
in
of
2020.
2020. Wow,
Damn.
that's sad. Crazy. He was young. What was that?
I love
Russ would have had to
37?
get
Jackson, man.
he
Back
had
when
to
he was
have
with the
been hurt
Vikings.
on that play because he had to still get down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the 1 yard line. Okay, I'm surprised that no one said that nobody said Mike Vick.
See,
Yeah,
I wanted
I ain't crazy
to.
about the guy.
I really did think about it, but since I mentioned it earlier today, I said I wasn't gonna say anybody that I said. So I had
Okay.
to take him off for that reason.
Yeah,
But trust me, I really wanted to.
If you're watching this too, we had used as an example Jamarcus Russell, which is why no one took him because that's a very glaring one.
I feel like he should.
I had just from thinking about this, just a few hypotheticals I just want to throw out there for y'all real quick. Let me rapid fire through them real fast, but just crazy things of what could have happened in sports. Imagine Tua if he never got concussed. Imagine if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt.
Yep, I said that one.
If Calvin Johnson didn't retire early.
He's still a Hall of Famer, but yeah, his numbers would have been a whole lot better.
Way
Chris
better.
Paul never gets hurt in 2018 against the Warriors.
Mhm.
That could have changed some stuff up for real.
Mhm.
Luka and Trae Young trade never happens. Yeah, that changes basketball dramatically.
Honestly, you could even say
Mhm.
if they didn't take what's my man, the Lakers, the big man, DeAndre Ayton, if he would have been the first overall pick. Because they hyped this man up. They glazed him to hell. They said if you pass up on DeAndre Ayton, you already lost the draft. They always do this.
Carson Wentz doesn't tear his ACL.
Carson,
MVP Super
that's
Bowl
a
run.
good one. Man was about to win the MVP.
Totally
Yep.
forgot about the Carson Wentz.
Everybody that was because Brady won that year, and everyone that he was going against just died. What if Antonio Brown didn't go crazy?
I see. That's right. When I was a number 3, you guys were talking about crime. That's what I was thinking about doing AB. But I was like, no, I'm not
A
gonna do
good
it because
choice.
he did have a good career. So I was like, let me stick with the people that didn't get to have a real career. But I almost did it.
4 quick ones. What if Eli's dad doesn't say we're not going to San Diego?
I still don't get that one.
And my last one. What if Derek Carr doesn't break his leg in 2016?
He's still.
I got one for the real football fans. What if Tavon Austin wasn't a bust?
Oh man.
Baltimore Dunbar legend. Anybody that played football, we spammed that man's highlight tape to death. One of the GOATs.
We got Naomi in here. Scatterbo injury.
That's too early for that.
Well, just for this season.
Too soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like I said, mine was kind of more where it's just too soon because he could still just come out and ball next year.
That's true. Hopefully he does. God, I hope so. I need more of that.
Don't get me wrong.
CTE. I need more CTE.
This is our time to give the old head some love. Go back to
Hey,
nostalgia.
what happened? What happened first though? Did Scat get hurt first, or did Dayball get fired first?
Scat.
Scat, then
Because
Dayball.
Dayball
Dayball
might
didn't
be the
get
head
fired till
coach.
like towards the
And
end of the
Dart.
season, I think.
Dayball
Yeah.
might still be the head coach if Scat stays healthy.
True.
Maybe.
100%. Yeah, like I said, if they didn't have a bad year, Dayball's still there. He's
All
still
right.
almost stayed there, even with the bad year. We all,
Yeah.
at least me, I was like, I would have been mad if he stayed, man. At
God,
least
it was a
one
bad year, but I feel like every single game I watched with the Giants was still exciting, even if it was like
They didn't know how to
7
close
to
games.
33. Like I didn't get like I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't finish games.
All right, let's move off of the draft. That was a good segment, Toph. Appreciate you for that.
That was cool. Yeah, I like
long
that.
segment. You're welcome, guys. That was fun.
All right, Jared, you're all due disrespect.
Go ahead and you guys can do yours first, because I totally have one.
Okay, Toph.
I also had a visual for mine. I know I posted it in our group chat there. This pays me because it's one of my favorite players. But this man's up there wilding. LaMelo Ball, stay off the road, my brother. Stay off the road. What are you doing out there? That was all on him. Hit that point. I don't know if it was a girl, a dude, or whatever. You was nowhere near the lane he's supposed to be in there. But I got to check with my own favorite players. LaMelo Ball, my brother. You got to get a driver. All these cars you got, you do not need to be on the road no more. No more swerve in that corner. Whoa. No more.
Bro, somebody sent me a text earlier today, and said that they said that when people in Charlotte see LaMelo on the roads, they pull over like it's an ambulance going by.
Yeah, I would too. He got a long history of it.
My all due disrespect is this crazy ass lady that came into my job the other day. She came in, bro. She came into the work, and I was so mad. I was supposed to be leaving in 1 minute, and this is my last customer of the day, dog.
Oh no!
And she came in, and she walked in with like her husband or her boyfriend or whoever the guy was, and she walked in and got to the table where I'm at, and she pointed at my coworker and said, "That's the bitch that helped me last time." And I was like, "Whoa!" Like I told her, I was
That's
like,
the bitch that can help you this time. I gotta go.
Can't come in here and talk to us like that. Talk about people that work here like that. And she said, "Yes, I can." And I said, "No, you can't." I said, "No." Her husband's trying to stop her, like, "Hey, chill." No, I'm not gonna chill. So I'm like, "Look," I'm like, "You can't come in and talk to us like that and think we're gonna help you." She's like, "I can talk to you however I want. I'm the customer." I said, "No, you can't." Bro,
then I'm the customer.
It got to the point I was like, "I think it's time for you to go." She's like, "I'm not gonna leave." I'm like, you gotta leave. She's like, "Well, what's gonna happen? You gonna call the cops?" I said, "If that's the way you want to play it, I guess that's what we can do." But
right,
exactly what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna play no games.
She's like, I'm gonna call corporate and I'm gonna report you. What's your name? I said, "I'm the guy asking you to leave." I had to get her ass out of there, dog. My manager came out from the back, and it literally they didn't leave until basically he picked the phone up like he was gonna call 911, and all of a sudden her man started dragging her out of there. He's come on, we can't have the cops call us. Come on, I was trying to drag her up out of there. And what's crazy is the fact that you were doing all this crying. Literally, she was like, he was like, because I told her to leave, and she was like, "I can't go anywhere else. I need to get my phone fixed." And it's like, how do you want something and you talking to people like that? Why do you think that that's going to get you what you want?
Yeah,
I don't understand the mentality of people like that.
The
but
entitlement of the public,
bitch.
Hey,
my heart goes out.
Really quick
that.
Before you go, Starly, because Spencer just said about his job. Reminded me, I had 2 incidents in my new job when we literally just opened up. I think this was on like the first, month. I think this was literally the first grand opening day. I was staying a bit later, and I wasn't even there for like the initial part. I kind of missed it. I'm going upstairs, and I see police up there. Apparently, like a customer got into it with one of our like bartenders, and I didn't see the video till like probably a couple of days after. She was throwing menus, glasses, just acting crazy.
What?
And then the other night, I was literally right, behind it. We got like a little skating rink in there. And like I said, this is the first Saturday. There's probably like 80 people in the skating rink in there. And then we all know when a fight's about to happen, you see that, that wave, they start moving. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go again.
Mhm.
So I come on out there. Once again, I have no idea what's going on. I'm talking with one group of people said, hey man, what's going on? I'm trying to get the lay of the land. I heard a punch sound. I looked behind
Oh,
me. Oh, brawl happened. Then at first, I don't know why. I was like, let me see, let me try to break this fight up. I literally
oh,
touched you in the back, about 2 punches, not directly at me. Swung. I said, let me just take a step back. Call for some backup on my microphone. I said, we gotta fight the roller skating rink. The whole staff came on down there, broke it up. I said, man, we can't have nothing nice in Kalamazoo, man. But I still
oh
love my job.
man.
But I'm like, dang, my people. Actually, them ain't
Hey,
my people.
grand opening, grand closing.
But, but yeah, man,
Oh
it was a good
man.
night. People having a good time. They just killed the whole vibe, man.
Can't have
Damn.
nothing
The
All
nice.
worst
the
part was
disrespect to those motherfuckers.
I had there was an unk in there, I sucked him. He said, man, I just want to have a good time skating. I had a rough day at work. I said, dang, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. He's trying to have a good time, unwind, skate a little bit. But yeah, so I had to throw that part in there just because you kind of said that reminded me of my job. But other than that, job's going good.
Good.
Oh yeah. Congrats on the opening. Hopefully y'all can stay open. All the disrespect to people who can't keep their hands to themselves.
We got a
For
lot more
real.
security now, so we should be good.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
good.
They got you on security, Toph?
No, no, no. I'll be running the floor down there, but I ain't breaking
Nah,
no
man,
fight
they gotta
unless
send you out there. You're
if they
gonna
would have
straighten them
given
out.
equipment for it, then I will. But until then, I'm good. I'm gonna step back.
Let it take its course. You call the other people whose job it
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jared, did you end up having one, or you want us to skip you for
Yeah,
it?
you know what? I do have one, and it's
There we
gonna be
go.
the silliest thing, but I don't care. All due disrespect to Chat GPT. You want to know why? You want to know why? I
Yes.
tried to have it design a golf glove, okay, with a ring finger design to let the cart girl know I'm spoken for. Okay, I still want my shots though. Uh this machine could not. It kept giving me right-handed gloves. Right-handed gloves, man. And the amount of times I had to tell it to give me a left-handed glove, to this day, I pay for it. I pay for the premium. That's what I'm burning down oceans for, is to generate concept images of gloves. But it still won't do it. It still won't do it, you guys. So I hope that whatever data center is running ChatGPT burns down. And
Hey, you know
yeah,
what?
that's my
I
all due
was gonna say
disrespect.
that you need to make sure you get this prototype together because that would be a really good business idea. But I'm thinking about it more. Most of the golfers I know is old ass men that are trying to go there to creep on the cart girls anyways. They
Mhm.
taking the ring
No, they
off
don't
before
want.
they
Oh,
go in that
this is like a millennial who actually likes their partner type of product. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is not for the man who's like my old ball and chain, and then you make them uncomfortable and be like, "What are you talking
That's
about? I
why that's
love
why
my
half the
SO,
men go
dude."
golfing. That's 2 hours out the house away from their wife. And
That's
I'm not
true.
saying that that's necessarily right. I'm just talking about I know men over 50, and that's the shit they
That's
be on.
true. Yeah, yeah, well, I'm in a league with them, and if that ain't the truth,
Yeah. All right. So we've got with no Kyle here, I'm left to my own devices. So I've got double doses version of questions of the week this week. And so I know that both of you guys here are anime guys, and I'm curious for question number one. If you had to survive in an anime for a week, which one are y'all picking?
Charlotte, you want to go first? Or you want me to go?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This is the most action-packed yet low stakes one I could think of. Is I would probably do Sword Art Online, but just stay on the first floor. I would never move
Yeah.
past the first floor. As soon as I heard
That's a
that people
tough
were
one.
going into comas, you know what I mean? I'd be
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm gonna I'm gonna be a blacksmith. We're
If you
gonna
die in the game, you die in real life.
I'm gonna sell shit. That's what I'll do. Like, yeah, no, that would live my little isekai life, and then when the machine lets my brain go back in, we're good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not a bad one.
It's
You
funny
got
because
to
that's
figure out the
like
hat.
that one's up there with like AOT. I mean, of course they're like vastly different, but
Yeah.
the fact that I'm in a game, just trying to have some fun. But if I die in this game, I'm dying in real life. Hell no. I'm
Yeah.
not about to be the one to risk my life to get myself out and everybody else as well too. Nope.
Mm-mm.
That's basically in jail. Hey, but kudos to you for taking that chance. But nah, I'm not being no AOT. Keep me out of Ironcrad. No, sir.
What are you
Give me
taking,
Black.
Stove?
I'm gonna make Black Clover, man. Action.
Ooh.
I could still possibly die, but at least I got magic now. At least I got a fighting chance.
Okay. You think you're gonna be the Black
I
Clover?
don't know what my powers are gonna be, but whatever powers I get, I'm throwing down.
Okay.
We come fight. I ain't trying to be the Wizard King. I just want to be him.
You get fire magic that can boil water. There you go. That's
I'm definitely taking I'm definitely running with Dragon Ball Z, y'all. Now
See,
look,
I knew
Oh,
one of
there's-
you
man.
basic.
now look, I'm in Dragon Ball Z, but here's the thing too. I'm trying to work it like the hack, like how Starly had. I'm not even expecting that I'm going to be able to toe up with anybody. As the show progresses, they introduce new characters so that they can have people that can help Goku and G fight, because people like Tien and Yamcha got left far
gonna be
behind.
getting the
Far,
Dragon
far
Balls.
behind. So I'm not expecting that I'm going to be able to contribute at all to saving the world. And, to be fair, a lot of the planets in there do get blown up. I expect that during my week, I might spend a few of them days dead. I might have to go on the long, dusty trail and wind up wherever that guy was. That I
Oh,
forgot the guy's
man.
name. I might spend some time on,
King Kai's planet,
Oh,
other
gosh.
world.
yeah, Underworld. I might spend some time on King whatever his planet. What is his name?
King Kai.
King Kai on his planet. It could be all of those things. But here's what I do know for a fact. No matter how long I'm dead for in this week, Goku gonna win, and he's gonna use them Dragon Balls to bring me back. that's all that matters. My plan is to be a bench warmer and sit there on the sideline and watch Goku handle business, and then get revived with the Dragon Balls in 3 to 4 business days. I will
All right,
be back
Krillin.
here at the end of the week.
He said, "At this point, man, it's just another Tuesday. At this point, we'll be over here."
My biggest
So I ain't even stressing no
contribution
more.
is gonna be when Goku be asking them, "Let me your energy. Take it, dog. I ain't doing nothing with it."
Oh boy, you get all my energy.
All of it. I would be laying there like those Capri Sun commercials, just dehydrated, all my energy going to Goku.
Oh man.
But I know he's gonna use those Dragon Balls and bring me back, so I'm not even scared. But yeah, so that's it for the anime ones. Next question. I was watching The Office, and there's an episode where Michael Scott is talking about how many condoms he got. And Dwight asked him, he's like, 78 condoms. So you're having sex 78 times? And Michael was like, no, like 38 or something. And Dwight was like, what? And Michael basically said that he uses 3 condoms every time he has sex. He'd be triple wrapping it. And so what I wanted to know, and I'll give mine first, but I want to know, is there anything that you learned very late in life that other people just thought was common sense? Now, mine is, I just found this out like a year ago, that in pretty much every car, the rear view mirror, there's a little lens that you can pull down at nighttime to help with the car lights. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Hold on, wait, run that back.
Brother, what? You didn't know that?
Your mirror that looks out your back window.
Yeah.
There's a little like visor thing that you can click, and it like switches like a tint on it basically.
Yeah.
To help
Some of
block
the
out
newer
bright
ones
lights.
have a button, and the older ones it's like a little flat
Yeah.
that and it just flips the visor.
Toph's
Did you
making the same
not-
face I would made when I found out about this.
Oh.
Let
Let me make sure we talk about the same thing. Hold on. Let me do a little research.
Toph was making the same face that I made when someone told me about this. I had to go get in my car, and I know Toph right now was thinking about the inside of his car. He's like, wait a second.
You guys, no, come on.
I never knew that existed. someone bought a new car and they were talking about like, oh, for mine it's just a button. I was like,
Yeah,
what are you
mine's a
talking
button.
about?
So let me just
was
tell
like,
you this:
every car
at
has
night,
it.
when people are just flashing your ass, you're just raw dogging it. You're
Hold
not.
on.
You never.
Let me watch this video real quick.
Now
Oh
look,
my
if you were watching this podcast and you were making the same face that Toph and I were making, go out to your car, go to your rearview mirror, and find there is either a button or a pull down for you to do this.
Thank you,
Shuba's in the
Shuba.
chat.
Thank you,
People
Shuba.
want to know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Now
you.
look,
I'm not crazy. All right.
and I'll tell you this. Even though I know that it exists now, I still don't know how to use it or use it. Like I know where it's at, but I don't notice a difference.
Pretty much only
Boy,
at night
yeah, I
is
ain't
when you
never
will.
known that before.
It may
Yeah.
honestly just be on all the time if you have a newer car. Like
I
I
just
just
put
leave
the
the button on.
sunglasses on,
and
put the
it-
little nope.
No.
You wear sunglasses at night?
No, not at night.
Oh, I
I'm
was
just
like,
talking
what
about
kind
like
of
in
Stevie
general.
Wonder shit are you on? You out here driving like LaMelo.
I mean, my sunglasses are prescription, so I could do it, but yeah, I never knew about that.
Neither did I, bro. It blew my mind. Now
I'm
you
still
better
not
go to your
gonna use
car and wonder the next time.
You know, it's funny you
I
said
will,
that because I actually have a real one now.
I'll
Okay.
make you feel better. Okay, I'll make you feel a lot better.
Hold on, let
You
me
know
see if I can
how
find a better.
you're
Oops.
going to a bridge and it says bridge ices before road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought up until about, as you said a year ago, that just meant it got really, really icy, like right before you got to the bridge. Did not understand that it actually meant that the bridge itself would get icy before the regular road.
Okay, I know. I know what you're saying now.
Wait.
Yes.
Say this one more time.
Those signs that say bridge ices before road means that the
Yeah.
entire bridge gets icy before the regular road, not that it just gets super icy right before you hop onto a bridge.
Oh, yeah. I guess I will say this. I've never put too much thought into it. I see a sign like that and say it's icy somewhere around this bitch.
I'm slowing down.
Yeah,
somewhere
no, that's
around this
fair. I guess
motherfucker
that's
is some
fair.
ice. Let me slow my ass down. But I never had put the thought into it like that on like where the ice specifically was.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, there's just going to be a big thick strip of ice, but then it's going to be fine. No,
Yeah.
Starling, no.
Yeah, I see this. Let me say, all right, let me slow it down. You know, especially in the wintertime right now, you got people
Oh,
going
Lord.
full speed. That's why you be in the ditch. He said, I'm gonna slow my roll, so you ain't gonna see me in no ditch.
Hell no. What's yours, Toph? You said you had one?
I do. So, granted, I still don't do this because I'm not really like a straw drinker at all. But like, you know, like the soda cans, like this top part right there, I never knew that if you just like slid that part down, coat over it, that's like what supposed to put the straw through that. Like I said, I'm not a straw person, but I remember when I first learned it, I'm like, boy, ain't no
Damn.
way.
Yeah.
It's like a
Dang.
perfect holder for it.
It kind of blew my mind when I found out about it. But yeah, if I'm drinking out of a can, I'm usually not using a straw. I don't use a straw very often. If
I'm
at
only
a
like the
restaurant,
restaurant.
it's usually what I'm drawing.
I like my
Yeah.
planet. All right. I don't use
So then you're
straws.
using a straw?
What about like a
If you like your
reusable?
planet, you'd not be using a straw.
No, I don't. I was just trying to be controversial.
Some
I'm
people
sorry.
like
I didn't mean it. I didn't.
All right. My next questions are coming to us directly from good old Reddit.
Naomi
So-
says that sorry to interrupt, that the newer cars apparently just automatically do it for you now. You don't even have to push a button for some vehicles.
Yeah, so I don't think my car has that button in it, but
Okay.
Huh.
I know mine does.
What year is your car, Toph?
2018.
Okay. Mine's a
Mine's a
2019, but I
21.
have the
Mine's
button
a
still.
21. And I have a button.
They did it in
2020,
21.
Yeah, I
sorry.
got a button too.
I don't know. I'm about to look tomorrow.
I'm not going to go in tonight.
Yeah,
It's
you
crazy.
don't have to
It's
look.
cold.
You have to send a text in the group chat on if you find it or not.
I'll let you know.
Okay. So this is coming from r/advice. I've been pretending to understand my job for 8 months, and I think I've finally reached a level where I actually can't fake it anymore. Do I come clean to my boss or just keep going? So for context, I have a master's degree in something completely unrelated to this job. I got hired because I interviewed well, and apparently, fast learner on a CV is legally blinded. 8 months in, and I've been surviving entirely on confident nodding, strategic use of the phrase, let me circle back on that, and a browser history that is just Slack overflow and what is word my boss just said. The issue is that up until now, the stakes have been low enough that vibes can carry me. That era has ended. There is a meeting on Monday with actual numbers and actual questions, and my boss just told me I'm leading it in a tone that suggested he thinks that's a reward. I have 4 days. I don't know if I should come clean, speed run 8 months of learning in 96 hours, or simply walk into the ocean. What should I do?
Chat GPT.
A healthy combination of the last two options: speed run and then embrace your fate. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of gotta, you made it this far, like, it's no different than if, someone asks you, can you make a pivot table in Excel? And you go, yeah, I can make a pivot table. And then immediately you're Googling how to make a pivot table in Excel. You just
Sounds
do
like
what you
you're
gotta do.
cooked.
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
months is crazy.
That's a long time to fake it till you make it.
Oh yeah.
Probably
Hey,
that
sometimes it
nobody
takes a
caught
little
on
bit of time.
until then.
So
How has no
you would
one
say
caught on?
just do your best, and go in there with what you got.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've got the
I
material, right? You just got to know how to use some key phrases. And you know what? You should even pivot and say, I think it would be better for the team if we had leadership involved. It would be better for morale to show that you are directly involved in this project. So that way, every time you don't have an answer, you can be like, and now I'll pivot to Bob, who can maybe go in more depth. Bob, please. And then Bob, your boss, will fix it. And then you can keep making good money
Look at
with
that. This man
lies.
knows how to speak corporate. He said, I think it would be beneficial if we have leadership involved. Okay. Toph, how are you handling it?
Well, I'd have been woke up the next day, said nothing for this, but right there on Indeed.com, just sitting there scrolling. Coffee in here, I would not be coming in. Yep.
See if I can get 8 months somewhere else.
We had a good run.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yep.
You're gonna be interviewing at the job, so why are you leaving your current place of employment? The requirements were too unrealistic.
Hit you with it, just looking for a better opportunity. Works every time.
Beautiful. I think for me, I'm about to go hit up a college campus. I'm gonna score some Adderall, and I'm not gonna sleep for 4 days. I want to know everything.
Hey, there you go.
There was a few classes in college that were just like I took a microeconomics class. That class was strictly you do not have to come to the lectures. All you have to do is take these 4 exams at the throughout the semester, and we're gonna drop your lowest one, and your lowest one can be your final. I would wake up on the day of the exam. The exam would be at noon. I will wake up at 5 a.m. and just teach myself the entire segment in the next 7 hours.
Mhm.
That whole semester, all I did that semester was focus on my other classes, and then once every 3 months or 2 months or however often it was, I would teach myself a whole segment in 7 hours. And I got an A on that class, so I think I'm gonna figure out whatever we presenting at this job. I'm gonna figure it out.
He said, "I'm leaving here with something."
I'm gonna figure that shit out. I'm not gonna sleep, but I will have something. Okay. Next question. So you would get in this scenario, we give you $100 million, but for the entire rest of your life, there is a 5% chance that whatever you're drinking is replaced with piss.
Nope.
How much money?
Nope. 100 million.
100 million.
100 million. 5% chance out of every now, is it like a predetermined amount of beverage? They already no, I'm just asking too many questions.
So like if you go fill up your cup at the sink, you go buy a drink from the gas station, you order a drink at the restaurant. That drink will become the normal size that it is supposed to be, but fill with piss.
No.
Do I have to drink all of it though?
Yes.
I have to drink it. I have to drink it.
Nope.
Yes.
100 million?
100 million.
No, not enough money.
5% chance.
The amount of drinks that I drink, that 5% about to be. It ain't
That's
5% no
gonna
more.
that's gonna cash. If it's a 5% chance every time I crack open a can of Red Bull, do you know how much
Yes.
Red Bull I drink? If
Y'all
that
are out
iced
here acting scary.
Juneberry
You know how much
is
mouthwash you
piss,
can buy for 100 million? How
Nah,
many
it's not the point.
toothbrushes
That's
and
not the
yeah,
point,
brushes?
brother. You mean to tell me if I get a nice big full 24-ounce of beer and it's piss, I now gotta
yeah.
drink
You said I
24
gotta drink
ounces
the
of
whole. When you said I
piss?
gotta drink the whole thing, that's where it said nope. I don't care no
Absolutely
more.
not. You could
If
pay
you
me
put
100
a cup
millions to
in
do
front of
that
me right
one
now,
time.
if you put a
A
cup in
cup.
front of me right now, a cup full of piss, and for $100,000 and told me to drink it,
That's one
I'm
time.
leaving
That's
with
one time.
$100,000.
That's
Yep,
one
I'm out.
time. I'm implied. The way you made this is that every time I take a drink, every single time, 5% chance. So like
You
if I
get
have a
real
cup
used to
right
the taste
now
of
and it's
piss, I
pee,
guess.
and then like a week
Hell
later
no.
I could get another cup of pee. No,
Nope.
no,
I'm
You
good.
absolutely
gonna
not,
you
dude.
gonna learn about all
Hold
the
up.
different kinds of
Context.
piss: hot chocolate
Context.
piss,
Is it my
cold water
pee?
piss.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
Is it
good.
is it mine?
No, it's just piss.
Nah, no, I'm good. Who knows where that's
I
coming
don't care if
from?
it's mine. I don't care.
I'm not. No, hold on. That's not me saying I would do it if it was my piss. That's not.
It's toast piss.
It's
5% chance of
I
it
don't
being
care
toast
what
piss.
it is.
well, no,
It said
no.
I ain't rolling. No
Okay,
sir.
well, if y'all not drinking the piss, don't nobody hit me up when I'm rich, because y'all
That's all
wasn't
right.
there when I was shooting in the gym.
He said,
That's fine,
I
man.
wasn't
All
there
your
when I was
money is gonna be going to
yeah,
getting your
yeah,
stomach pumped for all the piss that you're drinking. Your
exactly.
doctors are about to be very concerned.
Because now this
Okay.
is basically a lifetime thing. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, for just
No,
100 million, no, dude. Now, if you were to hit
Man
me
said
with like
just 100 million.
5 billion, and then
can't do it.
5% chance that my glass of wine every night for the rest of my life might be full of pee, I'll do that. That's $1 billion. I don't know what to do
Yeah.
with that. I can spend 100 million. I can't spend 5 billion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Toph, what if it was 1 billion after taxes?
1 billion after taxes.
Mm,
Okay, now if we in the bills, damn. Gosh, I ain't gonna like it, but
I
I'm about to
think
fold now.
Go
I
ahead
think
and
my
go
wife would kill me if I
ahead and pour
didn't
up
take
that
that
piss.
one.
Yep, I'm just gonna spend all that 1 bill, and then when it happened, I said, "Well, we lived a good life."
You know what
Back
I'll
it up,
do? Remove my
back it up. Gonna be living with
remove my
myself
taste
after
buds.
that.
So I specifically couldn't taste
I'm
pee.
done.
That's a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
They have the technology, so just get it to where you can't taste the pee, right?
He gonna be
Can you do
drinking.
that?
He's gonna have to carry on a chaser with him for life.
He's got it on
Dude,
the hip.
why you
This
carry
is my
orange juice with
emergency
you all the
Dr.
time?
Pepper.
You never stay strapped,
Oh
brother.
god.
You never know.
Oh man.
Stay ready. You gotta get ready. Oh shit!
It's-
What happens? You drink the piss. You open your chaser up. More piss.
no.
Yep, that's it. I'm done. I'm done after that. Was it meant to be?
That would be a nightmare. That really would be a nightmare.
Was it
There's an
meant to
anime
be?
skit where the dude offers him water and he drinks it and chugs it, and then he's like, "It's vodka," and then it keeps happening. He keeps giving him
Ah.
more and more water, and it's just more and more vodka. So that's it's more
Oh
and more
See,
no.
piss.
see, and there it is.
Okay. Last question for y'all. You get $100 million, but for one day every year, every human on the planet will try to kill you.
Oh
No,
It
hell
can
I'm
no.
ain't
happen.
making it, bro.
It can happen any day of the year. You
Nope.
get notified 7 hours before it starts. It only lasts 24
7
hours.
That's it. 7 hours. That's all I get.
Yep.
See, no, because someone's gonna know where I'm hiding.
Hold on. Wait,
Someone's
wait,
gonna
wait,
know.
wait. So this is basically just like
I
the purge, pretty much. Like,
I
Yeah, you're
die.
living the purge.
nah,
But
I'm cooked.
everybody,
I'm cooked.
they said
Nah.
every human. So that's mean like you could be like on vacation with your family. When that 7 hours is up, your family tries to kill you.
That's what
Nah,
I'm saying. Like,
nah, I'm
there's no
good. I'm
place
good on this
safe.
one.
Like, I'd have to
I'm
go like
good.
be a homeless man for like 24 hours randomly throughout the year. What if I'm on a cruise ship? and they're like, "Hey, it's 7 hours while you're on this ship. Good luck." Like,
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because
I
I'm gonna
think
die.
that
I
people are
ain't
not
even gonna
even
see the money. That's the
I
thing.
think that people are not even realizing how difficult this is going to be. When you say every human on the planet will try to kill you, that means the government's just going to go open up that little briefcase and send a drone looking for you. They go catch your
yeah,
ass on camera at a traffic light and hit your ass with a drone like the fucking Call of Duty score streak.
Like I said, I ain't seeing the money, so that money don't even matter.
The
nope.
only way that you could ever do that would be if you use a lot of that money to make an underground secure bunker and kill the contractors who make it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And that's
Just the amount of traumatic stress going through that. Nah, it ain't worth it.
Yeah,
Especially if
man.
I don't see the money. Hell no.
Build a
7
little
hours,
submarine,
I'd be-
maybe, but
I'd be
even
lucky to
then,
make it
like,
to 30 minutes.
So yeah, I'll drink the piss for 100 mil, but I ain't fighting every human on Earth.
Especially for you. Let's just say you in Chicago. You got Chirac down there. It's over. It's over for you.
Yeah, and you couldn't
Them
even
little
like
demons
hire
out there.
security or anything. You'd have to have like AI security, like robots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then a hacker can take over the AI robots to have them kill you. So
See, exactly.
I
'Cause
think
you
no
said
matter which way you
everybody.
slice it, your ass is cooked. If you can't team up with more humans, you're done. Because I think if you were to say like the purge will happen, I think I could survive the purge, but I can't
can survive the purge.
I couldn't
Yeah.
survive my family and friends trying to kill me because you can't fight back.
Everybody is a lot.
Yeah,
Every
You
mom,
had
every little
3.4 billion people. You know, that's you're asking a lot. You know what I mean?
I think you'd be nice and cooked. All right. Do either of you have anything else y'all want to say before we wrap this boy up?
Nope, I'm good. That was a good
So
time.
hit us with the outro.
Late entry. I know it's been a while, but you know how I do it. If you're rocking with us on YouTube, social media, please hit us up. Let me get a comment, like, follow, subscribe. Tell your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your teacher, your sneaky link, all of that.
Make sure you tell your sneaky link. Hey, Jared, tell the cart girls at golf while you're wearing a ring with your new glove. Let them know what time it is. Later. Appreciate y'all being with us
comment,
tonight.
like.
And on that note,
go ahead.